Hey everyone, it's Kristen. So today is Sunday. Dazzler's already in her tray. You can see her right here. So for Thursday, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy. And for Friday, we have Crossbones, which I talked about him when I talked about Agent 13, because he was kind of instrumental in that period of Sharon Carter's life. Let's see. Oh, and when I talked about Diamondback, because he was definitely instrumental in shaping her life. So, because he ended up killing, I think, 2 of her brothers. So former New York City gangbanger Brock Rumlow graduated from the infamous Taskmaster School to become Crossbones, one of the most dangerous and feared mercenaries on the planet. And these look like MODOK heads to me. And then for Saturday, Sunday, they always do one image together because, it's the weekend. So they figure no one's racing through the weekend, to get to Monday, that sort of thing. Okay, and then so now we have this calendar, which this one's falling apart. That's sad. I'm trying to keep it together though, because I want to save it so I can look back at these. And this one just started to fall apart, so I was like, well, I might as well tear off the pages, and I'll probably save, well, definitely the stat cards, and probably save the rest of the pages too. But since this one is still kind of mostly intact, I wanted to kind of try to keep it intact. So for this one, we moved to a new stamp series, the Stamp Series B, and that's you have 10 stamps. You collect the 10 stamps in order to form one picture. So it's like a puzzle. You don't know what it's going to look like until you get all the 10 stamps, which, like I have said before, would be kind of weird because, you'd get a random stamp and not know what it's supposed to be. Unless you got the stamp with the, the name on it. There's always a name like Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Hulk. And this one happens to be Conan the Barbarian. And so they got this image from, that's Thursday. They got this image from Conan the Barbarian Annual Number 1, September of '73, art by Barry Windsor Smith. And they actually, of course, got rid of some things, the title, and I colored the background a little bit lighter so it wouldn't be so dark. And actually did away with some of the stuff in the background so that it was a little bit more simple. Let's see, and then so for Saturday, if you got this stamp, you'd be like, oh, okay, that's what it's gonna be about. This is what the image is gonna show, is an image from Conan the Barbarian. Because they always take it from, comic book images, which makes sense. So this is from Marvel 2-in-1 number 13, January of '76. So, like I said, it's interesting because these were all done during 1 year, and they were all different months and all different comics. So I'm kind of wondering, well, how would you know what comic to look for if you're trying to complete a certain image? It doesn't really say in here. It just says what this promotion was, but it doesn't answer all my questions. I want to know, okay, if you were really set on completing the Hulk picture, how would you know which ones to go and get in order to complete that picture? I feel like maybe in comics they would say, hey, be on the lookout for more stamps in, this comic. I don't know. I don't have promotional materials from that time that tells me. Yeah, so pretty much that whole year, you just collect stamps. And, you know, what if you got like, yeah, this stamp, and you're like, oh, okay, Conan the Barbarian. And then you got, in another comic, you got this stamp, which happens to be from Spider-Man. And you're like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense. I mean, like I said, how do you know? How do you know which one goes to which? Let's see. So, and for Sunday, today, this one's from Fantastic Four number 167, February of 76. And has a little bit of the top of his head, his hair, and his, like, staff. So, like I said, this is kind of a cool thing, though, because you're like, well, I don't know what the image is going to be. But once you put it all together, then you know. So, oh, she's definitely asleep, because otherwise, I couldn't be petting her this close to her belly, because normally she'd bite me. So she's definitely asleep. She's so cute when she's sleeping. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me in the future for more videos. Until next time, bye.